You know, there are elections that come and go. Some elections are, you know, important, some are not. But this one, this one really mattered. And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you. My heart goes out to you. It is thanks to you that the future of civilization is assured.
Hold on, B. We gonna get this work.
Americans pushed thousands of miles through a rugged land of untamed wilderness. They crossed deserts, scaled mountains, braved untold dangers, won the Wild West, ended slavery, rescued millions from tyranny, lifted billions from poverty, harnessed electricity, split the atom, launched mankind into the heavens, and put the universe of human knowledge into the palm of the human hand. If we work together, there is nothing we cannot do and no dream we cannot achieve.
Shalom. I want to start off by giving all glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect who are continuing to fight and teach this thing of ours in truth and sincerity. I'm the brother Manatazak with GMS Ancient of Days in Los Angeles, currently teaching with the small sanctuary in Inglewood. And today, through the Spirit, I want to get into a lesson that's basically going to be a summary of what took place yesterday during Trump's inauguration. Now, as you've seen, Elon Musk is going viral for his inappropriate gesture that he threw out towards the crowd. Some are calling it a Roman salute through the Spirit, but we know it as the so-called Nazi salute. Okay, now here it is. It was obvious what he did, and you seen the clip in the beginning of this lesson. It was obvious what he did, and it was done with intent. But everybody's making excuses of him just being overly excited and whatnot. But when it came to guys like Kanye West and Kyrie Irving, okay, talking about their true heritage and who they really are, according to the scriptures, okay, they got dragged through the mud. And now we understand through the scriptures that Esau Edom is not in trouble as other men. But there was talks of Kanye and Kyrie having to go to different types of training to sensitize themselves to the so-called Jewish people. But Elon Musk just gets a pass, right? I guess he has the complexion for the protection, as they say. And then you had Donald Trump being sworn in as the 47th president of the United States during the 60th inaugural ceremony, right? And for the first time in history, correct me if I'm wrong, but Donald Trump didn't even place his hands on the Bible as he swore in. Now they're trying to say that it's not something that's necessary to be officially sworn into office. It's more of a tradition, but that was symbolic in of itself, okay? And you had a lot of things going on during this week. You have the planetary alignments. Okay, I believe that as of today that you could actually see 6 of the planets, okay, aligning in the solar system or in the heavens. Okay, pretty soon you're going to be able to see 7. So there's a lot of things going on. Signs of the times, the signs in heaven. Okay, even the Pesach, which is just a couple months away, is going to take place on a blood moon, which through the Spirit is our actual new year. And when I say our, I'm talking about the true Hebrew Israelites of the scriptures, who are you so-called Negroes, so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native Americans. Okay, but I don't want to keep rambling on. It's just we're in a heavy time right now. The Spirit is real heavy right now, spirit of judgment. And while the whole world, not the whole world, but the majority of the world is praising Donald Trump, okay, especially those good old boys in old white bread America, they don't realize that they have just inducted a cruel Lord that's about to rule over them. Okay, he's already signing different legislatures and executive orders. Okay, so I mean, there's a lot of things going on and taking place through the Spirit, and the way it's looking, okay, this could very well be the start of Jacob's trouble. Okay. Now we know it's going to take place eventually through the Spirit, and Lord willing, it takes place sooner than later because we're hastening the day always. Also, too, you heard in the beginning Trump speaking about the universal knowledge being in the human hand. Okay. And it's no coincidence that he has Elon Musk, who's the head of technology. He signed Dr. Oz to be a part of his technology administration. And both Elon Musk and Dr. Oz are very adamant about the MOTB chipping system. Okay? You got to remember, too, during Donald Trump's first tenure as president, he wanted the visa tracking system. Okay? So now is the time where he's most likely going to try to implement it. Okay? So now's the time for us to stand upon our watch, keep our eyes peeled, and stay rooted and grounded in the Spirit. Because we're about to enter some very turbulent times. All right. Now, with that being said, I want to get Ezekiel 3:17. Very popular scripture. Brothers oftentimes go into it. But now more than ever, it's time for you Israelites to really pay attention and get right and take heed from the messengers of the Lord. Okay. Because pretty soon, you're not going to have too many more warnings. Okay. You saw what happened after TikTok was shut down for 10, 11 hours. 911 calls were made. People were crying, losing their mind. Now imagine when the internet and social media goes down as a whole, not just TikTok, but Instagram, YouTube, okay, X. Now eventually TikTok got reinstated, but there's word that people that deleted the app off their phone in anticipation of it not being coming back online are now unable to re-download it. Now, I don't know how true it is. That's just word around social media. But it's going to show you just like that how quickly things can change. Okay? Especially for these people that are reliant on social media. This is Ezekiel 3:17. Okay? And this is going into Ezekiel being appointed as a watchman. Okay, we as the members of the hopeful elect, okay, we have a very important responsibility to our people to give you warning. But this is a warning from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. These are his words. So take heed. This is Ezekiel 3:17. It says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me. Hear the word at my mouth, which is the prophets. But the point is, give them warning from me. This is a warning from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. These are his words. It doesn't matter how you look at us, how you feel about us. Okay? Whether you believe us or not, when the time comes for judgment to happen, you're not going to have the excuse that you weren't told and you weren't warned, because the Lord is going to bring it into your remembrance. Where you scoffed, where you scorned, okay, where you put off from day to day. Now is the time to get right and get serious. Now is the time to repent and turn back to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, okay, because things are about to get very bad for us Israelites. True indeed, the whole world is going to feel the squeeze, okay? But the legislations and the things coming down the pipeline are primarily to get rid of the nation of Israel, first and foremost, okay? Now I want to get Isaiah 19:4, and this scripture was actually the inspiration behind the lesson through the Spirit. Okay, because when you read Isaiah, the 19th chapter, it's going into how Egypt is going to be punished. And we know that here in Babylon the Great, which is old America the Beautiful, it's symbolic for Egypt. Okay, Mizraim, the land of bondage, here in America, is the place where both the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom were oppressed together, even to this day. Okay, today is Tuesday, the day after the elections, and Trump has already assigned ICE to start deporting northern kingdom. Okay, and this is just the beginning. Remember, we're still barely in January. Okay, towards the end of January, but still, look how much has happened, and that's continuing to happen. Okay, it's a lot going on in the Spirit. It's almost hard to keep up. Let's see. This is Isaiah chapter 19, verse 4. Okay. It says, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and her fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh Shemashai of hosts. Now we know eventually this is going to be going into Yahweh Shai when he returns and subdues all these kingdoms, takes their crowns, and establishes righteous order on the planet Earth. Okay, he's going to rule with a rod of iron. Okay, but this is also talking about the rulers of Egypt now, which when you look at it, he was just inaugurated yesterday. Okay, the 47th president of the United States, Donald Nero Trump. Okay, he is about to be a cruel Lord. He is about to show his horns. Okay, I'm gonna read it again. Isaiah 19:4, it says, "And the Egyptians, you Babylonians, you Americans, will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh Shemashai of hosts." Now, this is interesting too, because they're saying that now that Trump is in office, there's a chance that he's not going to leave that seat. They're saying that he's looking to become the first king of America. Okay? Now, we'll see how far that goes through the spirit, but it's interesting that these are the things being talked about already. And it hasn't even been 48 hours of him taking the seat in the White House. Okay? We're going to stay in the book of Isaiah, but we're going to jump to chapter 31. And the headline should be very comforting to us in the know, considering all the things that are about to take place. Isaiah, the 31st chapter, the headline reads, "The Lord will protect his people." And who are his people? His people are the Israelites. Okay? This is Isaiah 31, beginning at the top. It says, "Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses, and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong." Now, we all know that Babylon the Great has one of the strongest militaries around the world, and they're very quick to tote that. Okay? Esau Edom was blessed with the sword, true indeed. And what did Donald Trump, what is one of the things that he's looking to institute now that he's in office? His own iron dome across all 5,000 square miles of Babylon. Just as Israel, okay, has an iron dome, Donald Trump is looking to institute and build an iron dome around America. But why is that? It's because he knows that tensions are high. He knows that these other nations aren't very privy to him, and he knows that there's a chance that America is going to be attacked. So he's trying to set up a defense system, but it's going to fail because Babylon the Great has been prophesied in these last days to be destroyed, and so it shall. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shemashai. Okay? It says, "But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord Yahweh Shemashai." Okay, but who's seeking the Lord Yahweh Shemashai in these last days? The sincere members of the nation of Israel, the hopeful elect, us doing this work in truth and sincerity. Okay, everybody in Israel, or almost everybody in Israel, has either heard or seen that viral testimony dream, okay, of certain brothers not making it. And that was a very powerful dream. Okay, it has a lot of brothers like really examining themselves and praying to the Lord for his mercy, because these are the times that we're in. The Lord is not playing games, and we can't stress it enough about how serious this thing is. Do not be slack. Okay, do not neglect your gift. Those that have been given the unction to teach. Okay, because Yahweh Shemashai could snatch it from you, or he could have you tarry all the way to the end just so you don't make it. And that's a terrible lot to be in. That's why we move with supreme fear of the Lord, because we know our lives are not our own. Okay? And we just hope that we're counted amongst those that are predestined to make it through this thing, man. Let's get Revelation 13. Okay? Because you heard what Donald Trump said, okay, about the universal knowledge being put in human hands, and all of his pride and arrogancy. You know what that's talking about. And the scriptures speak of it here in these last days. This is Revelation 13, verse 16. "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead." That mark, Greek word charagma, means something inserted or carved into the flesh. Okay? That micro C-hip, man. It says in their right hand or on their foreheads. Okay, who's in charge of the brain chip? Elon Musk, who's had several successful trials already. So it's all working hand in hand, coinciding with one another, pursuing the prophecy. And this is something the apostles and elders have been bringing out for years. Now it's right in your face. So what are you going to do once it's made mandatory? Okay? Once that CBCD, or the central digital banking currency, or the central banking digital currency, the CBDC, basically where your monetary money, tangible money, is turned digital and put under the flesh, okay, electronically. This is the world that we're entering into. This is the world that we're in, okay. Verse 17, it says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Okay, we know in the Greek that's that chi stigma, number of a man, Esau, Edom, but that's also an actual person. Okay, whose name was George Joseph Lawyer. 6 letters in his first name, 6 letters in his middle name, 6 letters in his last name, who was responsible for the universal product code, which is that barcode you see on any item you go to the store to buy. The first, middle, and last number is always going to be a 6, and that was the man that created it. And that's that barcode that's going to be on that C-hip, okay, that's going to allow you to make your transactions in a digital system, okay? This is the reality that we're living in. It sounds like something from a sci-fi movie, but it's right here in our face. And before long, in your lifetime, it's going to be made mandatory, and you're going to be put with a choice. Are you going to take it, or are you not going to take it? It's as simple as that. But we know the judgment pursuant to the scriptures of those that do take it. And let's read that in Revelations 14. Verse 9, it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in their forehead or in their hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Okay? And we're hoping to be a part of that number that sees this destruction take place, that's delivered from it. Okay? Continuing on. Verse 11, and the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Okay? So if you receive this, you're going to be tormented. There's basically no going back. Okay? This is the one sin that you take part in that you can't be forgiven for. And we're warning you now. That's how serious it is. And we're in the time where this is going to be instituted. Okay? Let's get Jeremiah 51. Okay, and this is apropos for what's going on today, because we have Mr. MAGA himself, Mr. Make America Great Again, back in office. But when was America ever great for you Israelites? Look back through secular history and answer. I'll wait. We've been in a perpetual state of captivity ever since we came to this land, or ever since they came to this land and took over the northern kingdom. Okay? This is Jeremiah 51. Let's see, beginning at verse 9. Let's see. Jeremiah 51. Yeah, because Jeremiah, the 51st chapter, the headline reads, the severe judgment of the Most High on Babylon. And this is what's about to take place here in these last days. This is Jeremiah 51, beginning at verse 9. It says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. So this whole fantasy that Trump is trying to feed you about making America great again, America's not going to be great again. What do the scriptures say? For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction. Okay? Don't get comfortable and stagnant, okay? Remain on alert, because at an instant, things could go south, okay? It says, Jeremiah 51:9, it says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go, every one into his own country. For her judgment reaches unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. The Lord Yahweh Shemashai hath brought forth our righteousness. Come, let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord Yahweh Shemashai, our power. Make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord Yahweh Shemashai has raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, for his device is against Babylon, to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord Yahweh Shemashai, the vengeance of his temple. So the Lord is doing this to recompense his elect. But you notice, the Lord is going to use the Medes, who are the Russians, okay? He's going to use the Russians to lead the charge against Babylon, and they're going to shoot those bright arrows over here, those ICBM missiles, those hypersonic missiles. They're going to be shot. They're going to be used, and Babylon is going to be hit and ultimately destroyed, and we're hoping to be delivered from that same said judgment, okay? Because whether you believe it or not, these are the days that are upon us. Okay, let's get Ezekiel 2. Go back to the book of Ezekiel, but we're going to go to chapter 2, beginning at verse 5. Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 5. It says, actually, I'll begin at verse 3. Okay, because Ezekiel, the second chapter, goes into Ezekiel's commission. So us that have been given the unction to teach in these last days, this is our commission, to teach those and pay it forward. We've entered into other men's labors, but we're meant to wake up the elect, okay? We're meant to teach the whole nation, tell these other nations their judgment, but ultimately, this is for the elect to hear and be healed and be sealed. Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 3, it says, and he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that have rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day. For they are impotent children and stiff-hearted. I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shemashai power. And that's what we've been saying. Just as I detailed in my opening statement, that these are the words of Yahweh Shemashai. Okay? Whether you hear or whether you forbear, okay, you're not coming against us. We're just the messengers. And here's the point. Verse 5, and they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there hath been a prophet among them. But when they realize that, for a lot of you, it's going to be too late. Okay? It's going to be too late. Now let's end it in Ezekiel 33, verse 33. And we'll close it out with this. Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 33. It says, and when this cometh to pass, okay, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet have been among them. Okay? So Lord willing, us doing this work in truth and sincerity are counted amongst that number. The prophets of the Most High. Okay? Who have been predestined for deliverance during this coming destruction. Because things are not going to get better. They're going to get worse. And Lord willing, the Lord keeps us stable and keeps our minds single to the goal at hand, which is deliverance. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to the hopeful elect. I want to give all glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect who are continuing to fight and teach this thing of ours in truth and sincerity. This has been your brother Manat Dazak, and until next lesson, Shalom.